angel number 2. Welcome to Woo Woo Wednesday. I am Devi Jade, and I also am with my number 2 friend over here, Dr. Jane, and we're here to share with you another series of what numbers are numbers. We talk about, so we were talking about ones before.
Yep.
We're adding on. Now we're going to talk about 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2. And I don't know many people that see 2, 2, 2, 2 unless you're driving and maybe, or you're going to a ballet and you're seeing a 2, 2. No.
That's a different kind of 2.
Oh,
2.
Okay.
But yeah, so just, a lot of people will see the number 2 a lot, or they'll see 22 a lot, or they'll see 222, or, the series of 4 2s in a row. People are always saying, oh my gosh, I'm seeing the series of numbers, whichever number it is. And what for everybody, what Jade and I are working to do is we're just going to go through 1 to 9. We did 1 a couple of videos ago, and we're doing 2 now. And so, what does it mean?
Okay, so I have to do our sales pitch, because the short sales pitch of this is that we're doing like little classes to help you guys understand the angels. So definitely come in and jump in our group. She knows more about that little piece she can say, but I'll let her hurry and say that, and then I'll get back to 2.
Yeah, make sure you check out the video description, because we'll have links and stuff to whatever Jade's talking about right now. And so that way you'll have access to everything. But we're going to be doing series on all sorts of things to help you. Some of them free, some of them not, but check out the video description and click on whatever you're drawn to.
Okay. So angels are really important to people, and they've always been around forever, right? We have all this art and everything. And people want to know the multiples. I was thinking when we were doing this, oh yeah, the 2, it was February 2, 220, or February 2, 22, 2020. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's a whole bunch of 2s that way. And people specifically want to get married on stuff like that because they feel like it's going to be really auspicious for them, whether it is or isn't, because they really didn't check it all out, but they think it. The number 2 is just exactly what it is. It's 1 plus 1. It's one person, and joining together. It's not completely relegated to an archangel. I know that some people think that, like 111 is Michael's number, but always the numbers will go, and I'll probably repeat myself as we're going along. The 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, they're master numbers. That means when you go on your path working, which is 0 up to 9, then you go back to 0. So when we go to 22, we're on our 22 path, maybe in astrology. It means you've leveled yourself up. You're on the next adventure, I'll say it that way, or journey, in regard to how do I do it with a partner. So your first path working is I'm doing it alone, because we come in alone, we go out alone. How do I do that? Number 2, you're joining in with somebody else. Please do not think, oh my God, I don't have a 22 in my life, so I must be on the lower side of a... Okay, please don't ever do that, because wherever you are is the way you incarnated and the way you've set it up. 22 is something about, it's in regard to pairing. How do I work in the world with somebody? How am I with relationships? How am I on the outer relationships of myself and the inner relationships of myself? So that's a pairing. Everything that comes in pairs. You can absolutely do more in pairs, because it's the yin and the yang. It's the balancing of that number. So when we do that, then we go, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do, actually. So what if someone is seeing a bunch of 2s or 2s in succession, and they're feeling imbalance in their life? Is that a sign that they need to pause and look and see where the imbalance is coming from, like what the core of that is? Or is that a sign that they need to go seek a partner, or what?
That's actually a really good question, because it's actually B. You can find the imbalance really quick because you're going back to 1. Okay, I've got to go within. Okay. And then you can partner up. Now, whether that's partnering this way up, because you always want to partner this way anyway, but it's also, do I need a partner somewhere to do something? Now, what if you're a person that's like, gosh, no matter what I do, anytime I partner up, it's the wrong partnership. That's the imbalance I feel like you're talking about. So then you go to you have to go back one. So let's pretend it's the 12-step program. Okay. And not many people get past step 4, even though they think they do. It's, you've got to go back to the source. 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 Okay. So tutu is not the thing you wear in ballet. Okay. That is, you notice everything. I've noticed this forever. Almost every goddess and god has a partner. Almost every high teacher has a partner. So even if they're way in the background, they have a partner. Now, what about His Holiness the Dalai Lama? He doesn't have a partner. Yes, he does. He's got other lamas that are partners. So don't get stuck on a form, okay, you guys? But look at animals. They're all partnering. They all have the yin and the yang. Okay, well, what about, snakes? Will they partner for a moment? They're, everything partners up to create something bigger. And that's the beauty of 22. Okay, it's an important number. 222, that is more like, okay, you've got your partnership. Now, how are you going to make it happen in the world? Okay, does that mean you make another partnership? Sometimes. But if it's just the one over here that's 2, they have to have a balance. So now you have 2, 2, 2 together. Okay. Can you make it 2 and 2? Well, you can if it works. But inevitably now you're getting too many cooks in the kitchen. so really what this is 2, 2, and 2. So you got this way coming down. So now you have that higher source of energy that's connecting with you, whether it's the angels or not. Okay. And that's where it's going. So 2, 2, that you could have the partnership and the business coming together. How's that going to work? You have to have that balance. So everything about 2, 2 is about balancing.
Yeah, yeah, that's really when couples have come to me, to say we want you to work with us so that our relationship can be better or whatever. I explain to them straight away, and I don't do a whole lot of that with couples, but when I explain to them straight away, okay, there's one person, and together you're a couple, and then your relationship is another entity entirely. So you have the couple here and the relationship, and you have to understand, respect, and honor the energy of this person standing alone, and then this thing that you created together. And so that actually, what you just said really reminded me of that first explanation. And if those people can't agree that I am the coach and mentor for the relationship and not for individuals, like the individuals cannot come to me on their own for their own individual interest if the relationship is my mentee or my client. And so that reminds me of that. So it's almost a little bit of fuel for whatever the duality is. It's a little bit of fuel to say, what are you going to do next?
Which I love, because you think about Gemini, and Gemini is the 2, okay? And it's like, okay, so she mentioned duality. So you can have the 2 and they can split apart. That's where that other 2 comes in, because that other 2 is that force that will assist you to keep having that balance, you guys. That's what's important. And I believe that's what she's speaking of. So if you have a very solid coach that understands understands duality, and they can help you to have more of a partnership into yourself, then that partnership that's outside yourself will become more harmonious. And harmony is a very good word for 2. It is, because that's what we want. You have the sun and the moon. It's 2. Everything around us really has a 2 in it. And I was thinking, well, how come I don't have a partner? Because I've got all these goddesses and gods, and I've had partners obviously in the past because I have children, but why don't I have a partner? Because there might be somebody out there in our little group that's saying, well, that's just great for you, but do you have somebody in the background? The answer is not when it comes to somebody living in the house with me, but I have partners this way. Okay, consistently, that's my partnering. and I have this hand and that hand, and when I bring them together and I bring them to this two, so I got 1, 2, and my heart, then I have that 2, 2, 2. That it's a pyramid, it's a triangle. Okay, so I'm giving you even deeper teachings, but it's coming to me to share that with you. And it's always like that for us. I could see things like I don't have anything, but think about this. What if you have your dog friend? Isn't that your number 2? It's like 1, 2, you're together. You have your little cat friend, 1, 2. You have your birds, 1, 2. And so everything in our life, even we're called two-leggeds in Native American terms. Okay, because everything, we got the 2 legs, we can move forward. So 2 is also about what are you going to do as your one person moving forward in that. So that's another thing I'm going, oh, that's a cool channeling I just got. So, there you go.
That's great. And I love that you pointed out the pyramid, because the pyramid the triangle is the strongest shape. Mm-hmm. And so 2 is really a strong number.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is, because what happens is okay, so let's go back to 2, 2, 2. Let's just say you have your one parent here, your one parent here. The goddesses taught me this before, and I thought this was really good. Say 2 trees. So you have your 2 trees, your 2 strong trees, and in the middle you got your little tree, and they are the strength. They have the root system that's feeding that one in the middle, okay? And then that one can actually go strong. So now you have this nice little triad, and people we want to lean in, because even as us, look, we have this that's pointing down to our shoulders and going here. So everything about us is that beautiful triad where we lean into each other and assist. Yeah. Awesome. So that was another part of the channeling. I'm going, ooh, this is very cool.
And that is your woo-woo brought to you by the number 2.
So I want you to remember before you go, you guys, you might think, well, she never mentioned what the angel thing was, or the 2222. But I didn't need to get to the 2222 because we did what was the most important meat of this. And what I want to tell you is the angels, like you can have 222 angels around you if you want. You can call that in. But it's not relegated to a specific angel. That's my point for that. Yeah.
So, I mean, if somebody is seeing this around them and they're stuck on that to-do thing mm-hmm. that I used to love so much, what is it for them to do? To pause and recognize and go in?
Yeah, if you start seeing 22 or 222, you just know that I need to figure out where I'm not partnering with you actually mentioned this earlier. Am I in balance with that? Do I need to go in back to step 1?
Okay.
To grow to the next place. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So much for that. And if you guys want to give Jade a thanks, leave it in the comments and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you know the next time we drop a video for you to live a happier and more successful life.